Okay, this is the last time I'm going to attempt recording this because, I tried 5 times already, and, yeah. So this is a 5x5 piston that I made. It has a volume of 468 blocks. So let's see the closing. This is a pretty decently fast closing. And now the opening. And then we can talk behind. This is not an explanation to how this thing works. This is just going to be the tutorial. If you have any questions about just how the door works, leave them in the comments. So let's get to it. So you're going to need a 9 by 4 by 13 area. Your door is on the 4th block, so where you're walking, 3 blocks underneath. From the sides, 1 block. From the ceiling, 3 blocks. Your door is on the 3rd, or like one of the 2 middle blocks. I'm going to be building mine where these 3 observers are in the back. So on the one side here, if your door is flipped, then you know what to do. So under this, the item list will be in the description. So let's get building. So for the bottom, we need double extenders here, a single there, a single here. And yes, I have this door memorized, and that's the first for me, so yeah. Even after a month of trying and giving up on recordings, I still haven't memorized. So we're gonna place sides there. If you ever, if you need me to slow down, you can't, just pause the video, so. And that is the layout. And we're now going to get to the input circuit. Okay, so the input circuit is going to be button activated, which is kind of cool. Now, sorry, I forgot for a second. I just realized this now. The bottom's flipped, so double extender goes here, and then the storage goes here. I made that mistake just now. So yeah, double extenders are on the same side, storage are on the same side. So let's actually get to the input. So it's over on the 2 sides. So this is 2, this is 1, and it's aligned with this piston here. Place this wooden button. We're going to place this, a sticky piston with an observer up there, repeater, observer, block, dust. And then we're going to place these 4 for later, for top closing. Then on the other side, we're going to place a dust on top of a note block here. We're going to place a note block here, this glass block, this, 2 of these, observer, this, a dust, and a note block. And that is the input circuit done. And let's get to the top closing. Okay, so the top closing, we're going to come from this observer, 4-tick repeater there, this piston there, an armor stand, this sticky piston, this slab, a lever, a 0 ticket, so placing it only on the side, not the back. Iron or gold, I'm going to use iron. And then this is actually part of the quad, but this is part of the closing, so 2 tick there. And then we're going to use a 1 tick here into a block for these, and then a slab. And then this, there'll be more of the top closing later. We can build that part now. We're gonna build this part of the quad, so we're gonna have a torch there, these 2 droppers, and there's gonna be a cyan block under here for after. And we'll do the items in those later. So that is the top closing, and let's get to the storage on the top. Okay, so for the top storage, we need to wire this double extender. So what we can do to start is place a sticky piston there, this sticky piston, then get a cauldron, and then water. Be careful not to press shift. Place a magenta block here and here, 4-tick be there, and then this. So this will power our back piston here. We need to power this front one here, but we need to power it like before this 4-tick turns on. So what we're going to do is place this 2-tick. So this 2-tick will power before the 4-tick, making it so that this doesn't do anything on the closing and does something on the opening. for over here, we're going to place this. We're going to have, forget what I did, even though I had it memorized. Yeah, that makes sense. This goes here. This is a 2-tick, so this will send 2 pulses to this circuit over here. I'm actually forgetting how to build the door, bro. It's actually not good. So it'll be something like this. And I actually forgot one more thing. This is part of top closing, but it's also part of the retraction for this piston here. We need to place this and then a 4-tick here. And we're going to place this there. Next, we're going to place this note block, a carpet. You could use a hopper, but I'm going to use a note block because it's cheaper. Remember, item listed in the description. That does not go there. This is there, and this goes here. So this does the majority of the closing. We still have to build part of the quad in order for the closing to actually work. And that part consists of having 2 shovels in here, 4 blocks like this, dust on those 3, a comparator here, and then these observers here. And they're not repeaters because the dust is on. And this will actually do the whole top closing, but we might as well just get to the quad right now. Okay, so the quad is very simple. We pretty much build all of it. So this part of the top closing, this drop loop. So we've built the majority of it. So we'll just place that, this, and that. So that's the quad. We'll get to the final circuit at the top, which is the extra moves. Okay, so the final circuit of the door is the extra moves. So it's a small little drop loop that goes in this space. So we're going to have a dropper facing towards the blue, dropper facing towards the storage piston, dropper facing up, hopper in that back one, hopper pointing into that, hopper pointing into that. We're going to place this here, comparator, pink block there, an updater, and then this. So that's the top. So we can actually give the top a test by powering this button. You'll see it does that. And then the rest of it comes from powering this piston. So what you can do is give that a 1. And see, it does the top closing and this side. And for the opening, and then we can power this. And now we'll grab the last one. And that is the top finished. And let's get to the clip on the bottom. Before we actually do the bottom, we actually build a clip. Just throw that there. Cute. So we have a dropper there, a dropper here. So this dropper sits under this here. And what we're going to do is we're going to loop it around to here. And this is used for the double extender. But at the moment, we are not building that. We're building the clip. So what we need is a clip into this repeater. This is the most complicated clip in the door, but it's not the most difficult to pull off in the whole world. There's much more difficult clips. So what we need is a fence. Roll a chest cart and then make sure this rail is like above this one. And then you can drop it, it'll clip. And then we have that. And then we need to get one more minecart on top of this one, like so. And that is so that when we push this piston and this block in, it doesn't like break the minecart and push it out of the clip. And then for the last minecart, an entity of the door, what we're gonna do is something quite simple. It just makes it easier to like pull it off. So we're gonna place a lever on this piston. You're not gonna pull it back until you place that cart, and you can do that. And there you go. And then just for now, you can place this comparator here. We won't be putting any items in there, so if there's any items in there, make sure you take them out. So that is the clip, and let's get to the actual part of the bottom that we're supposed to build, which is the bottom storage and basically like the whole closing. Okay, so let's do it. So the first up, we have to power these pistons. The way we're going to do that is with a repeater there. We're going to place this block here. It's convenient that that's a block, not a repeater, so we can power that 4-tick there. Make sure that's on 4 ticks. We're going to place a block here, and then a 1-tick repeater, and then we're going to place a hopper here, and then this. So this will power these. We need to power these two pistons twice. So we got 4 tick there in this observer, and then 2 blocks in dust. We need to power that dropper down there with an observer into it, but it has to happen 2 ticks after this observer is powered. So the way we're going to do that is with a hopper there, 4 tick here, another hopper there, observer. Just do that, this, then that hopper observer into there, and then this there. So this will power 2 ticks later. That does the storage on this side. To the storage on this side, we're going to place a 1 tick here. We're going to place this these 2 pistons here. Redstone block, redstone lamp, this, and this. We're going to power this piston later. We're going to place a hopper and observer 2 dust in a block. That will push it back, powering this piston twice. We need to power the piston here at the farthest position and here. The way we're going to do that is like this. So this is going to retract. So when the closing is going, this observer is going to power, but it's not going to power anything. But then when the side piston power from the top, this is going to do this. And then this can send power until this retracts at the end of the closing. So this only powers at the end of the closing or the opening. So we're going to place an observer here, an observer here, 2 tick on it, a block there, a piston there, and that does the whole double extender. And the last thing we need to do for this bottom storage is power this piston. The way we're going to do that is with this sticky, this observer, this. Now we need to place a note block, and before I forget, place an immovable block here. I forgot that many times, and I don't know if it's needed, but just do it just in case. Place one in there as well. I think it is needed though. So I think that's everything for this double. It seems quite empty. So, oh yeah, I forgot. We need to power this piston there. So wait, this is still part of magenta, but I still think it's part of the bottom. It doesn't matter that this powers this because this will already have pushed back, but by the time it's powered. This, and we're going to place a solid wall block there, and that will power it. So let's get to the final circuit of the door, which is the double extender. Okay, so the final circuit of the door is the bottom double extender. It's a very simple circuit. What we need to do is place a lamp there, a sticky piston there, not a sticky piston observer, I can't talk. We're going to remove these just for now. 2 lamp, observer, observer, and observer. We're going to place these 2 sticky pistons there, place a dust there, 2 note blocks, 3 observers, then this, 3 solid blocks, and then an item in this dropper here. And just to make sure, when you're building the door, these 3 blocks, these 4, sorry, so these 3 and this one have to be solid, so they can't be like glass or slabs. Same with this one here. Everything else is fine. So yeah, that should be the whole door. So we can give it a test by pressing the button. It seems to work. That's the closing. And then there's no cooldown, and when the door okay, so that's just me forgetting a note block. So I'm just going to reset this, and I will get back to you when this is reset. Okay, so sorry about that mishap. If you did test the door, make sure to reset it. Yeah, it should not have broke, so make sure to place the storage blocks in the ceiling. Reset the piston stack. Fix the storage. So for this block here, you just have to 0 tick it in, like so. Just leave it there, not there. And then make sure that the item is in the backdrop of there. And then make sure to place this note block, which is what I forgot. So I already tested it off camera, but you can test it. So you can press the menu button. So that's the closing. And then so I know it's been a while. It's been a month because, well, school. It's the end of this, almost the end of the school year. So I just remembered when you're placing this block, make sure that this note block is like not like make sure to remove these storage blocks because otherwise this moves, and it's annoying as hell. Like this. So make sure when you're placing it, read those. So these 3 blocks. And you can do this, fill this in. And for this one, we have to push it in. It doesn't matter how you push it in, but just push it in like that. That's the whole door. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry, no uploads for a month. I just had a lot of schoolwork, and I'm still gonna have a lot, but more doors are soon to come. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye.